Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Frozen Frontier. Grimes and Varys have left the forest. The creepy...
Nope.
Yeah. However, William and Yaromir are still in the heart of the woods. There's a dome of protection around William, cast by Yaromir, and the big willow tree reaches out to strike you once more, coming like a horizontal sweeping blow that comes right up to where, like 10 feet from William, and then sharply angles above and misses its blow.
Wow. Hey, it looks like it works, Yaromir.
Excellent. I was unsure if it would. This will only last a handful of minutes, so your choice. Should we stick around in our bubble of protection and try to investigate, or leave now and come back later?
I
only had this one of these prepared.
Let's leave, and then we can come back when we're more prepared if it seems necessary.
All right. You are boss.
Try and keep up.
You might need to carry me.
I start hightailing
No, seriously, I'm encumbered to half movement.
If I carry you, though, I'll be half movement, so...
So you guys start, like, moving some gear between the two of you.
No, I just move at half speed.
All right.
No, like, seriously, if you just take, like, some of my crap, like, you just start taking, like, jars and bottles of shit off.
Yeah, all right. Well, just grab your backpack then, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
You grab his backpack, and as you guys begin to move, sap begins dripping from one of the trees you're walking under. The sap itself is not evil, and so it drips right through your dome of protection, dripping on William for 3 and on Yaromir for 2.
All right, I then hold my shield above.
Do we get opportunities to save or dodge that at all?
No, it is AoE damage to anything under the tree. It's just like you're walking through and sap just starts falling on you, and it's lots of little things all over the place.
You mean I'm not nimble enough with my, like, 6 dex or whatever to dance through the raindrops of acid?
Neither of you with 6 dex are nimble enough to dance through.
Oh, I only have 6 strength. It's 8 dex. I'm sorry.
Good. 7 dex, thank you.
Holy crap, I have a better physical stat than William.
Yeah,
only recently. Yeah.
It's okay, I'm gonna like fill up your radiator someday.
You are able to outpace moving. If you're both moving at full speed or given a bit of a run here, you can outpace the awakening of the trees. Some of the ones before you that you're running in the direction of are already awake and moving around, but they kind of swing towards you with their branches that are deflected by the spell.
When you say
I like to think we emerge from the forest, right, with things swinging and like not getting close and like deflecting away from this, at like to the amazement maybe of our two companions, or at least to their view of it.
Yeah.
Are the trees moving like uprooted, or are they just swinging their branches from that position?
Swinging their branches. Actually, you know what? Some of them are uprooted and moving, but they move very slowly, and you lose them very quickly.
So we break through to the wall, do we?
Yep, and you find Ferris and Grimes, maybe, like 600 feet south or north of you, because you're probably an exit at the exact same spot.
Yeah. We thought you were dead.
Luckily, Yaromir had some magic to protect us from the trees.
Why don't we just set this forest on fire?
It looks like whoever built this wall probably would have tried that before they built a wall. It's strange.
William,
yeah.
I would like to do one more experiment. Could you walk over to the edge of the trees, about 5 feet from them? Might want to be prepared to run.
Okay.
And I want to get up to the edge of them within Burning Hands radius, and I want to see if casting a spell breaks the protection or not.
All right, so you cast Burning Hands against the forest.
Against one of the uprooted evil trees, right?
How long did your spell last for? Because you have to move...
It lasts 2 rounds per level, so 12 rounds.
So 12 minutes. You can move a mile in 12 minutes. If you're jogging, you could...
Jogging, yeah.
If you're jogging, you could both get out of that in time. It's like a mile and a half in...
You can run a 6-minute mile if you're in desperate times.
Not a Yaramir.
No, like
Or Old
like,
Man William.
I can run a 6-minute mile. Yaramir doesn't have a chance. I would like to think I have more than 8 dex and 6 strength.
Do you think Yaramir could do a mile and a half in 10 minutes, though?
I honestly believe if you can't do a mile in 10 minutes, then like you have real problems.
I think you're being optimistic.
Yeah.
10 minutes is like you can walk a mile in 10 minutes.
You
like,
can walk a mile in like 13 to 14.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Look, I guess I was a bit of a jock in high school, but like people running 10-minute miles, I would laugh at, like for real.
We're not all built for running.
Yeah, but you don't have to be to run a 10-minute. I mean, 10 minutes.
Remind me not to run anywhere with Greg.
Least supportive workout buddy ever.
all right, you cast Burning Hands upon the trees. They reach out in retaliation towards you, actually, not towards the Willy.
I strike the tree if it attacks.
No. Don't
No?
delay
No?
attack the tree.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you did say.
Okay.
Can we
Yeah.
resolve the burning hands at least?
Yes, the flames emanate from Yaramir's hands, reaching out into the trees, roiling through them, and then like disappearing with no significant damage to the trees whatsoever. They don't catch, they don't burn, they don't twist. Maybe there's a little bit of popping and hissing from the sap, but that's it. And in exchange, the tree moves a branch to strike both you and William. A 1 against Yaramir and, well, a 9 against Yaramir and a
So it does.
22 against William.
So it does pass through the protection.
Yes, it does
Okay,
pass
so
through the
not
protection.
go rules is written. That's cool. I'm good to know. Good to know that.
William, you get struck for 2 points of damage.
Smacked on my ass again.
Yeah.
I hope that was worth it, Yaramir, I say as I get back up and
Is good research.
away from the trees.
Better to know that is not a good idea now than not a good idea when in middle of forest.
Yeah. Well. Look,
Here,
there-
let me attempt to bind wound.
Medicine
Do
check?
it.
There we go.
Boom,
That was-
D3. No more than 2, though. Perfect.
All right. Well, that was interesting. I've never seen anything like that before. But this place is full of new experiences. I
So
didn't,
we never have to experience that again.
I don't suppose there's any real reason to go back in there. Right?
Well, we do not know why they are moving around, or what strange circle was, or why there is creepy willow tree with aura of magic, alteration magic.
I agree, but I find it unlikely that we could fight them off.
Perhaps we don't need to fight them off if we have 24 minutes of protection.
What
I'm not-
what do we have to gain from there, anyways?
Who knows? Untold magical knowledge, treasures beyond your wildest dreams, or perhaps nothing.
Can you
I'm not-
can you discover secrets of the world in 24 minutes?
I've done stranger things in less time.
Can attest to that. I say that I'm not fundamentally against the idea of spending another day investigating with Yaramir's protection magic, but I don't.
I
What is-
think we need to start moving. We can't get firewood when we're here, and
Yeah,
we
is
don't
that-
have much of it.
Is that true, Neal? Is there no normal trees?
There are no trees. Just these
How much-
ones.
How much more firewood have we got left? We've spent.
It's our third day here.
Yeah, we spent 2 nights out now, so we've lost £24. We've still got £100, 106.
Sure, until a blizzard blows in, though.
Yeah. Well, how's the weather looking for us? Is there a blizzard coming?
Let me make a survival check. That is a pass. How's the weather look like it's turning?
It's going to pick up, but there's no storms on the horizon.
There's no storm coming, but we are about to hit worse weather, and that's usually a sign that bleaker weather yet is going to come.
So here's what I'm thinking. There's a part of our job here is also to try and work out what's happened, and I appreciate that's why Yaramir is here. And if he thinks that there's information to be gained in this forest, then I think we can give him a day to investigate it if you think that that's going to be beneficial. But if at the end of that day there's nothing, you've not found out a way to move past it, or you've not learned anything, then we have to move.
No guarantees, but
Of course.
I can try for day. Other option does not seem forest is going anywhere. If you desire, we could stop here on way back.
It's an option too. What do you say,
I think that's the better idea.
Grimes?
What's the question?
Do we spend a day here now, another day, Yaramir investigates, or should we just move on and look to maybe investigate on the way back?
I was ready to move on when we first saw these undead trees.
I mean, in fairness, Grimes is a little bit chicken when it comes to magic.
Hey,
Yes, he is.
I mean, think about
I
it.
would
This forest
consider-
is what, 2 days travel from the
Yeah,
fort. We can always.
it's not far.
This is the town up to the north is a much greater trek than this forest.
Faris is right. Okay, let's move on then. Is there still time in the day now to travel?
Yeah, it was super early when we went in.
Yeah, we can probably still get another 10 miles because we rolled 19, right?
Yeah, and we only moved like 3. I think we should still have like 15.
3, and then you spent a couple hours, like an hour walking. No, it's a mile and a half. It's
that's
10.
the 3 hours. That's
Yeah,
the
so it's
hour
been
in
a few
or
hours.
out.
You should have plenty of time, plenty of movement left. It's 15 miles to the next bunch of trees. You can make that, no problem.
Okay.
All right, great.
Yeah.
So
get-
when we get to these trees, do they
Well,
look like?
you don't get there.
Okay, that's great.
You get it part way across when I want to make perception checks throughout the party.
Cool, I
Us
guess I
to make
can-
them, or are you making them?
You
Pass.
please make them.
Oh wow.
Yarmir saving the day. Yarmir, you're noticing there is movement along the mountains that the other players aren't really noticing. There's something along the mountain ridge, the southern ridge, that has movement on it.
So all I'm seeing is vague movement. I don't see anything beyond. There's something
Yeah,
moving.
it's a little wispy. Like the fog has lifted, but it's not entirely gone.
Is it uncommon to see fog move on the mountains?
No, it wouldn't be. That's probably why these guys haven't noticed it, is that they think it's just fog moving. And you are feeling certain that it is some creature that is visible from this distance is moving throughout the mountains.
Okay, just want to double check here. You all see giant creature moving across mountains. That is what I am seeing.
First looks out. I'll pull out the spyglass actually and try
Ah.
and narrow in on this.
Sweet Jesus and apple pie, Yaramir's right. There, it's not one thing, it's 3 things. 3 very large humanoids moving through the mountains.
Flying or
No,
Walk.
like
The mountain.
giants?
you could consider it a giant humanoid, yes.
Faris, is that a giant?
Do they look exactly like the one we fought earlier?
Yeah, do they basically look like the mountain giant we've already seen?
They look
Frost
similar
giant.
to the frost giant that you saw before. Yes, they do.
Yep. Looks like we have some kind of giant on our hands.
Well, we know that these giants aren't totally unreasonable. You know, that wanted come to some agreement with the Gnolls. Maybe it's not impossible that we could speak to them.
It's possible. I mean, what do they have to gain down here?
Let me just hazard a guess. I'm sure Grimes here speaks giant, right? Ex-girlfriend or...
What sort of translator would I be if I didn't?
I didn't know I was hiring a translator when we hired you, Grimes, but turns out to be one of your biggest skills.
Why do you think the princess recommended me?
Maybe that
Brings new meaning to man of many tongues.
You watch that, Yaramir. Have you hung for that back in Solvik? Look, let's keep going. If we run into these giants, we'll deal with it. But we can't just turn back because there's some giants in the mountains.
Perhaps we could, or Yaramir could make us appear larger.
Not today.
Negotiate on equal
Tomorrow?
footing.
Or the giant smaller, perhaps. That maybe takes a lot less.
Again, not today. Perhaps option for another day.
Well, if we can barely see them, I very much doubt that they can see us, so I think we should be fine.
With all your
Neal's-
sled dogs and all of your
Yeah,
barking and your line of people being pulled out.
the
into the
Arky
snow.
barking. Yeah. We keep going.
All right.
Van said that.
You
Somebody
make
put a
it to the
quote in the
woods.
chat.
Sorry.
Yes, that is something Van Helsing definitely said.
I do remember that.
That sounds familiar.
Who was that? Yeah, it sounds like a dwarf. It must have been a dwarf.
I want
It's
to
not
play
a-
a dwarf the next time I'm with him. I feel like that would be good.
All right, so we get to the edge of the forest to make camp.
You do, yes. That's my cue, actually. That day is over.
Are the trees real here?
They are not the cursed, haunted trees that you saw before.
Okay.
And you can collect firewood, and you notice a couple of live trees in here as well.
Cool.
Like live as in fresh.
Yes.
Fresh trees.
Worthless, fresh trees. Terrible for chopping down and burning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Less
well,
use.
we have stockpiled firewood. We can cut them down early.
Basically, it could just replace what we use.
Yeah.
All right, next day is light weather. So 1d8 plus 6 times 1.5.
D8 plus 6.
So we've got more firewood now, right? Because we've replaced all of our lost food with firewood.
Is that what you're doing? I was just putting us back up to 130.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna suggest that. We might as do we really need to stockpile it?
Oh, okay, sure.
Actually,
Well, I mean-
we could stockpile a little more. So I'm gonna make a quick survival check here to see if I can gauge what the weather's turning toward. It should actually be plus 12, but it's still.
We're up to 200 firewood.
Okay, sweet.
Neal, how does the
Yes.
weather look to be turning?
It's staying light for a while.
All right.
Yeah. So we'll make it to the next forest. No problem.
We go around the mountains.
Yep.
So you do something like that.
Yeah.
Perfect. As you are cruising along the mountains, can I get a perception check from Grimes, please?
Nope. I am not paying attention.
Cool. Don't worry about it. You guys make camp at the end of the day with your dogs and everything, and it's cozy and warm, and you're settling down for like a good night's sleep.
As we're settling down, I want to pull out the spyglass and take a look up toward the mountains. See what I can see along the whatever peaks I can see from here.
Give me a perception check.
Nope.
Just open peaks, a few trees here and there, but mostly barren slopes.
What are you looking at, Faris?
Well, we saw giants earlier. I want to make sure we're not going to be descended upon by them tonight.
Oh yeah, did you see anything? I'll have a look.
No, I can't find anything. I tossed it back to William.
I look through the spyglass now.
You see mountains. Give me a perception check as you spend some time scouting them out.
Big money, big money, big money, big money, big money. 12.
Fucking mountains, man. It's the same goddamn mountains that have been here for the last year and a half. And you know what? They remind you of other mountains back home that you wish you were spending more time with instead. It's just cold and lonely and distant. It's sad.
If I run into any more ghosts, I'm not gonna be able to do anything with those mountains when I get back.
What mountains are you talking about? Jesus Christ, William.
I'm slow.
So you are all cozying up for the night, enjoying yourself. When the earth beneath your tent begins to move itself, So it's like you're sleeping on the ground, and then the ground starts to like undulate.
Oh, I get really excited, and I go get my barrel out.
Everybody out.
The dogs start whining and yipping and crying. Yaromir goes for his barrel. The party scampers, gathering weapons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our weapons. We're probably pulling all of our stuff out of the tent as it's undulating.
All right, and with that, we go to our break.
No, it's
No?
been half an hour.
Been like half an hour.
Okay,
Let's just
cool.
power through
Yeah,
it.
perfect. Then we'll do it now. I wasn't sure when we took our last break. I was confused.
Yeah, we stopped early because Greg had to go die. Yeah.
Because we were at a dramatic moment where you guys could have been left behind in the forest and all died, but yeah, that's fine. That too. Let's roll initiative. Let's get the ball started.
Let's get the ball started. Not sure.
I need a token.
Ball rolling. There we go.
Yeah.
That's better.
Where's my token?
Oh yes.
I'll do that. Why not?
Where's my token?
Where is it? Where's me token? Where's my Grimes?
Where's my thing?
It's my little Grimesy.
Oh, slow.
Oh wow. Oh come on, roll 20. You can. All right. You guys bust out of your tent. See the ground at your feet moving all about you in the light of the setting sun. Wow, you guys are gonna all go first. Kel Marshall and Yaromir, you're the first ones out.
All right, sword in hand.
Go
I'll look
for it.
around. Is there any obvious thing to attack?
Yeah, the ground under your tent is moving, and it's moving towards you. Angrily.
I have not got my armor on, or have
Nope.
I? Oh,
Probably
maybe I
not.
was on. Maybe I was on watch.
Do you take first watch?
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice.
That was a confident yeah, I like it.
I do take first watch.
That's
I do.
great. It means everyone else isn't in their armor.
That's fine.
Does that mean I'm like disrobed?
Do you sleep naked?
I feel like yes, especially
Then you
in
are
because
disrobed.
the only clothing I have is the big, heavy, like anti-cold robe, and I imagine in a tent full of dogs, I feel like it's got to be buff or nothing.
All right.
right.
William, are you slashing or stabbing or what are you doing to the ground?
Yeah, I'm attacking the ground, man. As any normal person would, I attack the ground.
Excellent. You roll a 24 against the earth itself.
Is that
you,
crit?
you hit the ground. Go
Just a
ahead
hit,
and
though.
yeah.
I don't critically hit the ground.
No.
Okay. I hit the ground for a solid 8 damage.
All right. You thrust your spear, your sword into the earth, and it kind of.
I think you hear Yaromir yelling out, "Don't hurt it too much!"
And you deal.
+1 sword, Neal.
Right. Is that not included in there?
Yeah, it is. I just mean
Okay.
it's magic.
Right. All right. You stab the ground, and the snow kind of ripples around your blade and continues to move towards you. But before it can attack you, Yaromir gets his turn.
All right, so I get to my barrel, and
Yes.
I keep 3 bands of silver in it, and I put one on each of my the hands, each of the fingers on my right hand, and I begin tracing and incanting magic, and I just kind of point at them, and the rings grow and expand and materialize around this creature in an attempt to ensnare and capture it. Please save versus spell at a -2 penalty for my level.
So a -1 on that spell save.
Excellent!
This is Bands of Cerulean.
Yes.
This is the thing that can like ensnare like a dragon or something, right? Or even a giant.
It ensnares a ton of creatures. It's pretty fucking great.
It's awesome. I almost took that.
All right, so these bands wrap around the earth itself. And how many get summoned? Unknown? A
It just
number of
says
shining
number,
bands.
right?
So there's a band that goes horizontally, then there's a band that goes vertically, then there's a band that goes the other direction, laterally. And you kind of grab all of this snow and lift it up slightly until it's just like bound by these bands.
Awesome. How big is it compared to my barrel?
It is bigger than your barrel.
All right. Good thing. It's a good thing we had an extra day between now and the fire because I can replace those detect magics with. I've been so waiting for this. I guess I have to wait till the end of the round. What are Grimes and Ferris doing?
Ferris is putting on his armor. Takes a round because
Okay.
Because it's a single suit.
yeah,
Perfect.
anything
Grimes?
that's not metal just takes a round to put on.
Grimes is drawing his phased blade, going ethereal. And is there anything to attack? So there's like an undulating earth, and it's
There's this like bound metal thing kind of sitting on the field. And then there is ground that's moving out from underneath the tent towards Yaromir, and one that's moving towards you.
yeah. So I guess I'm dragging my stuff outside of the tent, and I'll go ahead and stab the ground while I'm getting out of the tent.
Sure.
With a miss.
There's more than one.
Yeah, there's 2 more.
Yes.
Oh, the dogs? Do the dogs just run?
They're in the tent still, barking and kind of jumping at the ground underneath the bottom of the tent. You know how dogs pounce on things. They're just
Can I
kind of freaking out inside the tent.
Can I try and command them to run away?
Sure. That'll.
Is that an action?
Yeah, that would be. If you're trying to organize the dogs and get them to do something, that's going to be an action.
Okay.
He's
Well, I've
really
already
shouting
it.
out a word because he has, like, we've worked with these dogs for a while. Would they respond to commands?
Maybe not like everyone get out of the tent and run away command. That seems maybe a little.
Understandable.
Yeah.
So do they get attacks, or are they just sort of...
No, they're in the tent. There's a floor between them and the tent, and they're ineffective combat
Okay.
troops against the snow thing.
They don't sound like they're dying, though.
No, they're just freaking out because there's snow on the ground. There's like the earth is moving, and they're what the fuck is going on?
Okay, well, hopefully they'll be all right.
All right, at the end of the round, the other two, all 3 of them go. And Yaromir, this ball of snow that has been bound by your silver strands kind of turns to slush and starts leaking out of the bands and just kind of like flows
Can
out
it do
and around.
that? I kind of feel like that's not reasonable. I'm magically binding it, right? Like this is meant to capture things.
The only restrictions on the spell are size, I think.
Yeah.
Right, but this is a fluid substance, so like someone with gaseous form, someone that was made out of water, I feel like it could like grab and then they just like...
Is it
It's
a
not-
creature? I feel like the intention of this spell was to like bind anything, including like elementals, for example.
I mean, we're talking because we had it work with Maximilian's Earthen Grasp as well, and there it could have just turned to water, and then the hand would have just been
Any
grasping.
creature of less than G size can be snared, but gargantuan creatures simply too big to be restrained by the bands. The spell requires miniature bands of silver. Bands appear out of the air, encircling and capturing the target. So maybe then instead of wrapping in multiple directions, it's like concentric bands that wrap it into a pillar. That makes
Sure.
more sense for this, yeah.
Okay.
So there's like a pillar of bands that have like grabbed this elemental and brought it up high, and it's maybe like tries to flow over the top or out the bottom and is like stuck within the bands.
I think it might be reason. Honestly, I kind of feel like to the wording of the spell, it should pretty much just be immobilized and captured. But if you want it to like still act, I feel like it would make more sense if it could attack, like it could like throw ice from there, but it's stuck where it is.
Okay. Well, this thing is stuck within this pillar at this point.
Yeah.
We'll see if next round it can get out or something. It just lasts for 1 turn plus 1 round per level, right? That's
One
it.
turn plus 1 round per level.
Just
Wonderful.
1 turn.
1 turn plus 1 round per level.
So it's a
So
while.
16 rounds, yeah. The other 2 move, 1 in the direction of Yaromir and 1 in the direction of Grimes.
So I think I've fled out of the tent, and it follows me there.
Yes, it races after you along the ground, reaching out for you with a 11 to hit. Nope. As 2 arms kind of come up and clasp towards you and disappear again. The one that races towards Yaromir comes up to your feet and then like the ground on it and around you like hardens and crystallizes all over the place. All water, snow, ice, etc. touching the creature out to 60 feet freezes solid. Creatures walking through the snow are held fast. Half move, you can make a strength check. That's a half move action to break free of the ice with just a pass a strength check. The ice snow is hard and slick. If you're going to move on it, you need to make a dex check. And to make dex checks to move on it, and to make melee attacks. Melee attacks at disadvantage, and movement at 1/2 speed to not slip on the ice. So, this is a really awkward way of phrasing that. They freeze the snow.
It's slippery and I'm stuck.
It's
Gotcha.
slippery everywhere, and it's kind of wrapped around your feet, and you're kind of stuck. Yeah.
Who is this affecting? Like what area?
Everyone
effect?
within 60 feet of Yaramir. So that's going to be Yaramir and William, and it'll go up to the base of the tent, and so the tent is affected, but the tent doesn't move, so it's fine. And we'll roll initiative for next round.
Well, all right. That changes my plan, I guess. I don't need materials for this, so I should be okay. I only got one of these though this time.
Oh, look at those low initiative rolls, Yaramir. Go for it.
Okay, so I look around. I'm like trying to walk with my barrel, but I'm stuck. I get really upset and like put my barrel down, and I look at this elemental that's capturing me. I put my hands together in a fan and just kind of trace the flames on my thumbs, and I eject a wheel of flame at the elemental in the ground in front of me.
It'll melt the ice at your feet, and it'll hit the creature. Roll me some damage.
Awesome. Oh, wrong spell. Wrong spell. Sorry, not that one. There we go. 12 points of damage.
All right. Fuck me. I moved my hit dice. It's okay, I know exactly how much damage it took before. We'll just re-roll its HP. You do 12 to it.
Yep.
It is definitely weak to fire. The whole elemental at your feet just kind of like melts into a puddle of water, which then slowly just starts to refreeze in the cold Caledonian air.
Nice.
Next up is Grimes.
Yeah. So the ice beneath me is frozen outside of the tent.
No, you are more than 60 feet from Yaramir, because you said you were booking it, right?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess I cleared 60 feet from the tent, so I'm out here alone in the dark.
Yep.
Bad idea. I stab the ground.
You reach out with your dagger and stab the ground.
Critting with the phase dagger.
Roll me a bunch of damage dice.
How many?
You
Double, triple.
clear by 12. Actually, I think that
So-
means William's first attack should have had an extra damage die attached to it too.
Does mean that. Shall I
Yeah.
roll it?
Yeah, go. I mean, Yaramir already killed that one, but go ahead and roll it just to see how cool it would have been.
Well, all right. Ideal 9, and then I'll try with my standard dagger in my offhand.
That's a hit.
Does a regular dagger do anything?
Yeah, that seems to.
All right, so 10 damage total.
Nice crimes.
And I guess I move back towards the tent. But it seems like there's like an ice sheet starting somewhere near me.
No,
So I guess
it's
I'm at
gone
the
now,
edge
right?
of the ice.
No, the ice sheet is only gone at Ferris's feet. Yaramir's feet.
Right.
One of the kids.
One of these kids.
Next, Sean, you go at 8. The next elemental goes before you. This is the one that was near Grimes, and it will reach up at you with its arms and try and clobber you with them. It will roll an 18 to hit you. Grimes.
18 is a hit.
Yeah. You take 10 damage as a snowy arm appears on one side of you and batters you into a snowy arm on the other side.
Reduced to 9, correct?
Yes.
And it's been 2 days, so we gained 2 HP, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up is Varys.
So I'm near Grimes, right?
No, you're in the tent because you were putting on your armor.
Okay. Is there one on William?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember exactly what going on.
there's not on me, right?
Situation.
There was one that was headed for William. No, that was the one that was that is bound. It's in like a silver pillar
So there's just
near William.
Grimes.
And there's Grimes like stabbing at the ground with his dagger and his pickaxe.
Is that the last one? Because there's one that's been bound. There's one that got
Yep.
melted. That's the
Yep.
last one?
Yep.
Okay, I'm
think
gonna
so.
pull out my bow and shoot it with phase arrows then.
Just rolls to hit.
Let's see here. D20 plus 7 and plus 7. So
Those will a hit and
That's
they
a double
clear
crit.
by 14.
yeah, so 46 damage. No bonuses. So it takes another 8 points of damage from ethereal arrows.
Nice shooting.
Your arrows strike into it, and the snow seems to move around it. You guys are definitely getting the impression that piercing weapons are maybe not the greatest method of attack against these snow creatures. Every
Yeah.
time you stab it or shoot it or thrust at it, the snow seems to just kind of ripple around it quite easily. Last elemental to go. This is the one that is bound, and it does nothing. So initiative roll.
Wait, no, I haven't been.
Oh, then William goes.
How far am I from where Grimes
You have
is
to break
stabbing
out
the
of the
Grimes?
ice.
You are stuck in the ice. You can make a strength check to break free of it.
Yeah, but how far is it though? Can I jump? If I break
Oh.
out, can I jump over the ice to it?
Yes, if you can break out, you can leap over the ice to Grimes, who's maybe 30 feet from you.
All right, so I take my strength check.
Easy
pass.
peasy.
I leap and slash at the thing.
All right.
Does it count as a charge? It does, doesn't it?
+2 to hit, yeah.
18.
You hit the snow. You bring your blade right down on top of it, trying to chop the very earth at your feet in half. And it cuts the snow, which then continues to move. Initiative.
Second attack.
Second attack. That's a hit.
You should
It's a
still have the
crits.
plus 13.
Clears by 12.
Oh, do I still get the charge for the second attack?
It goes until the start of your next turn, doesn't it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, well, it's a crit anyway, so. But 19.
You sunder the ice and snow at Grimes' feet to pieces, and it returns to its regular, non-magical state.
You know, it might be very quiet, but does my sword chirp like a grasshopper?
It
when
does
I
not,
attack with it?
unfortunately.
We would be so annoying. There's like.
I go and check the dogs. Are they all right?
Nope, they're freaking out.
I soothe them with my animal handling.
How do you... I mean, make the animal handling check, but also tell us how you soothe the dogs.
You know, I just say that they're good boys. And,
Well, there you go. Don't even bother with the check.
You're all right. You know, like you soothe a horse, right? You just sort of stroke them and
Yeah.
help them calm down.
Yeah,
Give them
that's fine.
some jerky.
I think that's how it works. Yeah.
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 Okay, so
there-
don't need initiative then?
Nope. No, there's that one that is still bound with the bands of Cerulean.
Okay, sweet. Then I walk over to my stuff and I pick out my iron, my powdered iron, and I walk over, still naked. I'm just too excited to do anything else but grab my iron and my barrel of that used to hold ale, but now has been like carved with runic symbols to like hold this elemental. And I start comparing it. And obviously it's too big. So I begin spreading iron out in this form of like a tree. And as I incant over it, the tree doubles in under itself into this like collapsing image and reaches up through the bands of silver that like hold this thing, and it just starts attempting to crunch it down to 60% less size.
The bands shrink and lower in all directions, and it's just kind of like a twisting, collapsing. You say it reduces its physical dimensions by 60?
10% per level, right? So 60.
Right. So that will reduce its volume by quite a bit.
By like a
6 to the
cube. Right?
third, yeah. So it'll reduce it to 20% its volume, initial volume, 21% its initial volume.
Can I
It'll
fit
definitely
it?
fit in a barrel now.
Yes! I put it up and I put it in my purse. No, I put it in a barrel, and then I have the like ale barrels have those bands, right? And I think I've been like painting the runic symbols into those iron bands, and I just like seal it up so that I have elemental in a barrel.
All right. You've been preparing
Nice.
this barrel for a while. You've had a bunch of downtime back at the new fort, and
Right.
sure enough, your elemental is in a barrel.
And now I'm gonna be really, really encumbered because I have a full ale barrel on my back.
Yes, this is
You
extremely
probably put
heavy
it
all of a
on
sudden.
the sled now because we've dropped a lot of food weight.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to like have the dogs pull my elemental barrel because I literally won't be able to move.
Okay. So this is 160 pounds, a full keg of beer. Oh, this is a half barrel. So 320 pounds for a full barrel of ale. Is that right? That seems heavy, but maybe that's right.
I mean,
Liquid
10 pound,
How much?
10 pounds a gallon.
Barrel of ale weigh.
A standard
would be
keg is
160
what,
pounds. You said it's a half keg.
No. My measurements were initially from a half keg. This is a full barrel. I'm looking up the volume of these
A
barrels.
full
here.
keg is 160.
A barrel. A barrel is 40 gallons. So you say it's
Okay.
water
Water.
is 10 pounds per gallon.
Gallons of
So this
water.
is a snow elemental, so it's going to be lighter than that, but it's
Okay.
been a reduced elemental that's been packed into it. So let's say
Does it weigh as much as
halfway-
water?
I'm going to still say its weight is below that. So instead of 400
So-
pounds, let's say 200 pounds.
3, 4 times 40. Water weighs 8.34 pounds to the gallon, so it'd be 333 if we were doing normal water weight for 40
So
gallons.
we'll call it 160 pounds.
isn't it? I thought it was 9 something.
So roughly 3 times my maximum like lift.
Yeah.
4 times. No, three and some change times. Nice. I will add that to the sled, which I think we'll have to drop some food for.
We could have William help in the meantime. I think that might be the best option because I don't want to drop any more food. We're already taking less than I
Elemental
wanted.
in a bottle.
How much do you need me to carry? How much does the thing weigh?
160 pounds.
Can't carry that.
So we are effectively 128 pounds over on the sled.
Could William make up that difference? How much weight can you carry before you're encumbered, Nick?
Before I'm encumbered at all.
Yeah.
You know, not that much. Like
It's multiplied by 5 though.
Oh yeah. No, well, can I help pull the sled on my skis, Neal?
You'd have to get off the skis. We'd be going slower.
Yeah.
But we'd still probably be
You don't have a ski
faster.
proficiency. You can't do anything complicated with it.
Well, we've been using the skis quite a lot now. Have I not got the proficiency yet?
No, Grimes took the time to get a proficiency. You've just been casually using them.
I mean, I can carry another 72 pounds without even being encumbered.
And that's without the sled factored in?
That's without the sled.
Okay, so you could carry 360 extra pounds.
So I could carry 72 pounds worth of food.
That would drop us almost enough. Actually, that would
Yeah.
drop us enough. You said we're 128 over? Yeah, if you carry that much food, then we're good.
Yeah, all right. I'll carry 72 pounds worth of food.
That's 144, or 72 pounds worth of food is.
Why is it not just 72 pounds?
71 pounds.
Oh wait, no,
sorry.
it's not enough. Because we're going by its raw weight, so that would be 36 days of food. But that's 72 pounds. We'd still be a little bit under.
Yeah, but then surely the rest of you can carry a bit of food as well.
I could carry. How much do I have on me? I could carry 2 pounds.
Grimes, you're strong.
I'm also carrying all of our climbing gear.
I mean, we should. Are we still faster than the dogs on skis if we're lightly encumbered?
I think so.
I can go into light encumbrance then, or William.
Ryan, your audio spiked really loudly all of a sudden, and was super. You need to unplug and replug in your mic. You're coming out as pure static.
I can carry another. If we don't mind me being encumbered, I can get another 40 pounds.
You should still be faster than the dogs on skis. And 40 pounds on top of that would be a little bit short, but I can go into light encumbrance too, and then we're good.
All right, so I've got 111 worth of rations.
Okay.
So you took 111 worth of rations?
Yeah.
Pounds of it.
Okay, so that means
110,
we are 17 pounds different. If you take
I'll take the other 17 pounds. So he'll take 110, I'll take 18.
Okay.
Perfect.
Nice.
And then we're light encumbered, but we should still be faster than the dogs.
Is this better?
Yeah, you're good now.
You're good.
Super weird. You really should run your audio through some sort of filter so it doesn't fuck viewer ears. But hey.
There's already a compressor on it. It's just us in chat that I think us in game that got the audio mixed.
No, they definitely heard that.
I mean, they heard static, but I don't think they got full-fledged, like, it's ear splitting.
All right, so we sleep the rest of tonight now that we've killed these elementals.
All right.
We
You guys
carry on.
make
I
your
don't think
way.
Yarmir sleeps much, actually. I think he's just really excited. Yarmir just has dreams of golems. And slightly dreams maybe of turning William into a golem, but then goes back to normal golem.
That's some questionable stuff there.
I still like this idea. What if you fill up William's soul with the ice elemental?
We're a long way away from me messing around with William's soul. We need to do a lot more research. But I can make another golem, so let's do that.
What, you mean you're not the kind of scientist who just does something without any information? Because, I mean, I probably could do it.
Well, I mean, my issue is what would I do, right? I can't unless William wants me to drill into his skull, like remove a piece of his cranium, and then start pouring ice elemental in with magic runes. I don't think I have a plan for getting it inside of him. So we need to do some research on that front. All right. We need some magic. We need some magic research.
Do I not just
I
eat
kind
it?
of like the idea of doing magic surgery.
I think I'll just eat it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Can I get in the next day's movement for you guys? It is a light day again, so same
Light
movement.
D8
Okay.
plus 6?
Yes.
So am I carrying any rations? What came of that?
You're
No.
good. You're good. You're good.
10.5 miles for today.
Slow day.
I kicked out a roll 20 somehow.
Yeah, I don't like putting up with your shit anymore. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So you make it to the forest?
You make it just to the edge of the woods. Yeah, you'll have to push a little bit farther than you would normally like to, but you can make it all the way to the edge.
Cool.
Yeah. When you arrive at the edge of the woods over here, you see these little bundles. It's like a little tripod of sticks that have been bound with other springier sticks that kind of come to a point, and then there is a large branch that goes straight up from there. So
like bundles
like-
of firewood to be burned, or
it's like a little tripod, top-down view. It's just like this. And then the straight-up view, it's like that, because it's like a little tripod that comes off.
Do they
Makes sense.
look like recently constructed?
They don't
or
look
do-
1,500 years old, that's for certain.
Are they like
Way-
frozen over?
Yeah, but everything's frozen over. You know, they could be months old or days old even and be frozen over.
Are they human sized or are they like 200% human sized?
They're about human-sized.
It kind of looks like a signal fire. There's something in these woods. Can you see any tracks here, Faris?
Yeah, let me look around for that. It is a light day, so are there any like obvious signs of like movement around these bundles?
Give me a tracking check or a perception check, Ferris.
All right, that is just a pass.
You know, there's no obvious movement. There's no trails or signs or tracks or paths or anything like that. If something was here, it's been a few days. It's been at least... When was the last heavy... yesterday was light, but this is within the border of the woods. So it's been at least a week if it's recent. Nothing's been here in a while.
Okay, There's nothing to go off of. Signs that there's some movement, but I don't think I can follow it. It's too eroded at this point. Based on how the weather's been, I'd say it's been about a week.
Think it's worth taking a detour into these woods?
Yeah, is there some idea of like where they go off to at all?
No, it's just like there's one of these bundles here, and you see one
Okay.
a little over there.
Maybe we should light it on fire.
What? So what's in? Is it just like sticks and?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
like
this bundle of sticks.
It looks like it's been made to set on fire, right? It's like a tripod.
I don't think we're the ones who are supposed to set it on fire, though.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But it might draw out whoever set it.
Do we want to draw out whoever set it?
I don't know. It's feeling rather lonely down here without any gnolls to keep us company.
Yes, they were such fast friends.
Well, the kobolds were at least. Well, we've got a camp here anyway, so
Is this where we're... Wait, is this at the end of the day we found this? I thought this was
Yes.
just in the middle. Oh,
No,
okay.
this is you push like beyond how far you would normally go, and as you get to the line of trees to make your camp, you're like, holy shit, what the fuck is this thing in this line of
Okay.
trees?
For some reason, I thought we'd just like come across this during the day.
Is there
so I-
just the one of them?
There are two.
Oh, I thought. It was,
How far apart?
yeah.
This one here and another one maybe like 180 feet.
Okay. Can I cautiously inspect it to see if it's like if there's any sort of trigger or trap, or is it
Yeah.
just like a stick sticking straight up? Is it-
Give me a dex check to cautiously inspect it without triggering any traps on it. Yeah, you clear away the snow gently with your doe-skinned gloves, and there seems to be no ropes around it, no ties. You can dig underneath it. It seems pretty fine. Looking at the thing, there's no lines attached to it. It looks just like it's a tripod of sticks with another branch, fairly straight,
It's
trimmed
straight.
branch.
Does it look like it's a marker, or does it look like it could be set on fire? Like, is there a torch wound up at the top?
You know what it reminds you of? Growing up in the suburbs, is the nice way of putting it, of Wicthron Rarenta, you could occasionally sometimes go down to the river and look across to the orcish lands on the other side of that river. And every now and then, the orcs would set up these, like, markers that would be like, this is our territory. They wouldn't set them up like this, but they would have some sort of, like, big target with a skull on it that was, like, propped up
Yeah.
as, like, a, signaling territory. And this
I guess I'll-
reminds you of that.
Guess I'll share this with the party. This reminds me of the tribal totems that orcs and Wicthron Rarenta would use to denote their territory.
The orcs around Solwig do the same
I do
thing.
have a. Is it bound with rope, Neal?
No, it looks like it was bound with some like very young branch that you could wrap around something that was still young enough to be flexible.
Yeah.
Orcs.
Do you think we should perhaps get their attention
Yeah, maybe. Maybe in the morning.
before we traverse into their land? I know creatures that set up markers like this can be territorial. Perhaps if we stay outside and get their attention, they may come to us. They might
Yes.
see us, then we kill them, but it would be no different than us going in there and killing them. At least we tried.
Let's camp for the night, and when the sun rises, we'll try and get their attention with the horn.
I have idea. Rather than horn, I can make giant blinding fireworks that light up night sky for a very long time. Perhaps that would get their attention.
Might
No
intimidate them
matter
too.
how far into the forest they are. One thing, don't look at fireworks. In fact, be very far away from fireworks. I'm not sure if they will blind you or not. Probably
is-
will blind you.
This isn't going to make them think that there's people on the edge of the territory. It's going to make them think that there's some weird god messing around in the sky, right?
I mean,
All the better.
in some small way, they are right.
Well,
I don't think we
you-
should be doing it now, anyways. We should rest up overnight. Do we really want to deal with this in the middle of the night?
I'm kind of with Forrest on this one. I think we should wait till the morning. I appreciate that the fireworks will have less impact in the morning.
All right.
At least we could do it like shortly before dawn if you want to get up early. It's still, sundown right now.
It's not a bad idea.
I
Let's
think
do
we
that.
should take extra caution tonight. If we
Agreed.
are on the outskirts of hostile territory, they could ambush us in the night.
Yeah, they could. Let's back. Can we back ourselves against the mountain, Neal?
Sure. Yeah. You move camp again, or for the first time, really, and set it up at the very base of the mountain here.
All right, then we camp. But yeah, we take watches. Obviously, I think that our watches are probably significantly improved by having all the dogs, right?
Yep.
Can
It's gonna be a
I,
lot harder to sneak up on us.
like, can I take first watch, William?
Yeah, if you want. Why?
Because if I wait an hour, I can set up a spell that will significantly help us.
You do what you've got to do, Yarmir. I'll try and get some shut eye.
All right. So just for a change of pace, I take first watch, and I have to wait an hour because this will only last 7 hours. But after an hour, we're nestled up against the mountain, right? So I step out of the tent, and outside of the tent, I create a 20-foot cube, so that the very edge of the cube touches the outside of the tent, and then goes 20 feet out towards the forest, out towards the potential orcish land. I draw a large 20-foot cube that contains the symbol of a bell, and I line it with this ground up silver wire and place a bell in it, and I basically cast the alarm spell, which at my level will actually last for 7 hours.
That's between the tent and the mountain, so the tent is not part of it?
No, so the mountain guards are back, and then in the front of us, there's there's the spell, so that if they come from the woods towards us, we'll get like some advanced warning.
Excellent. Okay.
And then I continue taking my watch and go to sleep as normal.
Okay. So, assuming nothing happens in the night, we wake up early.
Well, something does happen.
Great.
Yarmir, you cast the spell, you get ready to go back in the tent, and you hear this distant sound of drumming.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Is it good?
Sounds pretty good.
It's got rhythm.
There's a rhythm to it, definitely.
Nice. Does it remind me of like my festivals back when I was just a peaceful a healer? Perhaps I have a quick dance. No, I'll go wake up my.
It reminds you of your time with all the rituals performed with you and around you and in you. It reminds you of that like ceremonial drumming that they would go on and on about.
Oh, so it's actually like a bitter memory. Probably,
Yeah.
I probably stand there in like anger for a while, and then I'll get the spyglass. Won't really work because it's
dark,
very very dark. I'll listen and gauge its distance as best I can, and I don't really care how far away from me it is, but I want to gauge that if it starts coming closer. Right, like if it sounds as if it's getting closer to us, I'll awake the companions. But
it does.
Okay, then
it is getting
as
closer.
it becomes obvious that this drumming is approaching, I begin waking everyone up. But like, I hear ritualistic drums. Everyone should probably be awake.
Neal.
Yeah.
So improvision extends out 60 feet, right?
Yes.
If you're using something like a spyglass, because that's magnifying your sight, is that doing, because improvision isn't like a light source, and that's got me wondering, does that extend your improvision range if you're putting it through like a magnifying glass?
I feel like it should.
Right, it makes sense to me, but I could also see why it wouldn't. So I think that's your
That's
call.
an interesting question that we will deal with during our break. When we come back, we will know how improvision works through spyglasses, and we'll see what this drumming is. See you guys on the other side.